So they say money and honey.
Yeah.
We've spoken about honey.
Honey, yes.
Let's talk about money.
Now we've made a power combo in a bracelet where we have black tourmaline and black obsidian put into the same bracelet so that you don't have to use two separate crystals. This would be the ultimate Nazar combo.
Every time I wear the Molder White pendant,
Yes.
I start getting a headache in half an hour, and my vision starts getting blurry, and
Yes.
at some point I have to remove it and keep it aside because it's too powerful for me.
Yes.
Thanks to you, my entire house is full of crystals now.
When you have a crystal aiding your meditation process, it is channeling the cosmic energies into you through your 7 chakras. You're able to experience a more intense meditation, and then when you come out of it, you're feeling a lot more lighter, more confident, calmer.
Welcome to another episode of Soul Safar with Bhaav. Growing up, we've all heard about gemstones that we could wear that would help us heal different areas of our life. On this episode, I'm speaking with Viral, who is an expert in crystals. Remember to watch this episode till the end because he shares his insights about specific crystals that we can use to amplify our own energies and attract more love, abundance, and prosperity in our lives. I have personally gained a lot by using these crystals, and that is why I wanted to have this conversation with Viral and make them available to you.
Welcome to Soul Safar with Bhaav, Viral.
Thank you, Bhaav. Lovely being here today. Thank you for having me.
I've always been so fascinated by crystals.
Sure.
Then I found you through a common friend, and thanks to you, my entire house is full of crystals now.
Thank you.
Every time I've come to your store and I've discussed crystals with you, you have so much knowledge about it, and I knew that I had to have you here sharing your knowledge with all of our viewers.
Thank you.
So let's jump right into it, Viral. Talking about crystals holding transformational energy to helping us elevate our lives.
Yes.
What is the science behind it? Like, how do crystals really work to help us make our lives better? What's the science?
The science and the understanding is, Bhaav, that we are energy beings ourselves. I think Albert Einstein also once mentioned that everything around us is a vibration and energy. Crystals are also intelligent energy beings, and when we use them in contact or along with our body's energy fields, crystals amplify energies that are dull. So if we have a low area or a underperforming energy center or a chakra in our body, the crystal is able to bring up the energy of that particular chakra or energy center to its full potential.
Okay, and how does a crystal do that?
Because the crystal itself holds that energy.
So you're saying that if there's something of high vibration next to something of a low vibration,
exactly,
the low vibration will always try and align with the higher vibration?
Yes,
is that
automatically it happens.
So that's how so crystal is not doing anything. It's just there vibrating at a higher frequency, and then when it's placed next to us, it's our energy that's trying to match
our
it.
energy that is climbing up to match the energy of the crystal.
Oh.
And also in certain cases, what happens is crystals are able to absorb energies that are dull or redundant or not required in our body.
Right.
Thereby healing that place.
Right.
It is also able to channelize and harmonize energies between our 7 chakras.
Right.
That way one feels more grounded or in control of what they are doing.
Right. Now that you mentioned chakras, I have to ask you this question
Sure.
because I'm a sucker for chakra healing and learning how chakra blockages can be cleared. So if you can just run me through our chakras and what crystal can be used to work with a specific chakra.
Our chakras are a very important energy system in our body. They are formed when the nadis, 3 main nadis of the body, where they intertwine, are is the space where the chakras are.
Sorry, I want to cut you here. For our audience, what is a nadi?
A nadi is subtle energy channels in a body. We apparently have 72,000 channels running through our body, which carry the essential life force of prana.
Okay.
So, and then we have 3 main nadis running centrally in the body,
Right.
which are carrying the essential life force that make us breathe and live today.
Right.
So, where these nadis intersect with each other is the point of a energy center or your chakra.
Now we
Yes.
know what a chakra is.
Yeah.
Now, which crystal will work with which chakra? If you could tell me that.
So the chakra energies are represented by the 7 colors of the rainbow. It is their vibrational frequency as well. So we start in the order of the Vibgyor colors.
Okay.
Of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red.
Orange.
Representing the color of the 7 chakras.
Right.
And it is experienced that crystals of those particular colors
Right.
help to put those chakras in balance and harmonize their energies.
I'm going to
Yeah.
now run you through
Yeah.
this again. For my
Go ahead.
crown chakra, which would
Yes.
be violet.
Yes.
Which crystal works best with a crown or crown and or third eye chakra?
Crown or third eye, that's
Yes.
the correct answer, because a crown chakra is primarily resonates with transparent or white crystals.
Okay.
And then we have the third eye chakra, which resonates. Crown also overlaps with the color and the vibrations of the third eye. So then we have violet and indigo.
Right.
You have amethyst, which is the most popularly known crystal.
My favorite.
Yeah.
I love the amethyst,
Yes.
which is also lying next to you.
Yes, this is a very beautiful
gem.
amethyst from Brazil.
Right.
Yeah.
So the amethyst works with your crown and,
third eye chakra.
Okay.
And then we have another very interesting crystal called iolite, which changes color when you orient it in different directions.
Okay.
It appears from a magical ink blue to a transparent grey to a duller blue when you move it and view it in different angles of light.
Okay.
So the significance of that being, it resets an overthinking mind.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And now going to your throat chakra.
Throat chakra is your seat of communicating clearly or being able to express yourself with everybody around you, getting your ideas out. And the crystals related to your throat chakra will be all the blue colored crystals.
Okay.
That will be aquamarine or a larimar or a lapis lazuli or a sodalite.
Right.
Then we come to the heart chakra.
Everybody wants to know about the heart chakra. So what do you do? Which crystal works?
Heart chakra has 2 colors actually. It's the only chakra which has 2 distinctly different colors associated with the heart chakra.
Right.
It is both pink and green. Pink color crystals help us receive love, affection and harmony. And green colored heart chakra crystals help us release any heavy feelings from the heart.
Okay.
So I think one should remember to use both the heart chakra crystals when they're working with the heart chakra.
The pink one I know. There's this rose quartz
Yes.
that I have.
Yes.
I bought from you only. So this is the rose quartz that one can use for the heart.
Rose quartz is a crystal that you can use for heart chakra healing in terms of receiving love and affection and remaining harmonious with everything around you.
Right. And the green color crystal would be?
Green color crystals, you may use a green fluorite, which is best known to release any heavy feelings that may be holding you back.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going to keep this rose quartz in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep working with it.
Yeah.
And then comes the solar
plexus chakra.
So the solar plexus chakra
is the seat of your self-confidence, how well and confidently you're able to carry yourself in between everybody else and your work as well.
Right.
And crystals associated with the solar plexus chakra are primarily yellow colored crystals.
Okay.
Them being a citrine or a tiger's eye, which work best on the solar plexus chakra. Another lovely crystal that originates in Indonesia is a Agni Manitite, which is lovely for your solar plexus chakra healing.
Okay. The Agni?
Manitite.
Agni Money Tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
TITE are tektites basically. Tektites are extraterrestrial origin crystals
Right.
that are not of Earth origin. And Agni Manitite is a pseudo tektite. It is of Earth origin.
Speaking about crystals that are extraterrestrial, I remember I've bought this very, very powerful crystal from you, the Moldavite.
A Moldavite has occurred couple of million years ago. There was an asteroid impact in Germany. That place is called the Rice Crater to this date.
Right.
And the impact of that asteroid hitting that place in Germany resulted in the Earth around it being hurled into space, and they landed 600 kilometers away in the neighboring Czech Republic. And these crystals that are now known as Moldavite are the stones because of that impact.
I know how powerful the Moldavite is because I remember I've bought a Moldavite pendant from you, and every time I wear the Moldavite pendant, I start getting a headache in half an hour, and my vision starts getting blurry, and at some point I have to remove it and keep it aside because it's too powerful for me at this point. So I'm going to again ask you the next question linked to that. If you come across such a powerful crystal, what do you do to align with it?
So Moldavite is a very powerful crystal, and one should use a very good grounding crystal along with it, like a hematite or a smoky quartz or an obsidian, to ground your energies.
Okay.
If you are in a state of ungrounded energies, then it can be very overwhelming and it can give you that headache.
Right.
So first thing you want to do is ground your energies thoroughly by using a good grounding crystal. In this case, I would suggest a hematite or a smoky quartz.
I'm going to come back to the chakras. We've spoken about the solar plexus. Then comes our sacral chakra. So which is the crystal that can work with that?
We can use any orange colored crystal. Preferably a carnelian is a lovely crystal to work on the sacral chakra. We can also use a red jasper. A red jasper and carnelian have overlapping energies between the sacral and the root chakra energies.
Okay. So, and then is the root chakra, which can be used, you said the carnelian?
For the root chakra, we can use a red jasper or any of the dark crystals like hematite or smoky quartz, black tourmaline, black obsidian. All these dark crystals work very well with the root chakra.
Now that you have reached this point in the episode and you want to invite love, prosperity and abundance in your lives, you can do so by using the promo code in the description below.
There may be people who don't know a lot about crystals. So if there are any beginners out there who want to try their hands at crystals, what are the crystals you would recommend for a beginner to start with?
For a beginner, Bhaav, I would say try to visit a crystal store first. Look at the variety of crystals around you. Soak in the energy, breathe and see the beauty of crystals all around you. And then you can intuitively select a crystal of your liking, or my recommendation would be to start out with some basic crystals like a few tumbles of amethyst and rose quartz and pyrite, or from the tumble section, any tumble that calls out to you. They are the easiest way to start out, affordable, and you will be able to experience their benefits when you work with them. That will lead you to, by intuition, to newer other crystals.
That brings me to a question, Viral. How important is intention setting when you get a crystal home and you want to work with it?
Intention setting is clearly a very important process where we let the crystal know what help or what energies or how we are looking for a change in how we are. That reminds me where I'm eating at home and sometime I need an extra serving from my mother, and I tell her, "Mummy, can you serve me once more?" And she'll come back and say, "It is good that you asked, because even I, being your mother, cannot intuitively figure out that you need more food. So you have to ask for it." That being said, even crystals, you need to talk to them and let them know what are the energy benefits that you're looking to derive out of them. And how do we do that exactly? We pick, you take your crystal, find a quiet place to sit, hold them in your left hand, close your left hand with your right hand, and then you visualize the intention of what you wanted coming to fruition. First, you talk to your crystals and let them know what you're looking for. If you're looking for benefit, a little less stress and anxiety, you let your crystal know that I'm looking for help in this area. And then you close your hand and you set the intention and you visualize, and where you see yourself that calm and stress free, you're happy and smiling. So you're visualizing your intention coming to fruition. Whether you meditate or you just carry them with you, the crystals are constantly releasing that message to the universe to help you achieve what you've requested. And when you meditate with it, the energy amplification is even higher. So you see it manifesting faster.
Right.
I recently had a customer that described crystals as the embodiment of the divine. So when you have a crystal aiding your meditation process, it is channeling the cosmic energies into you through your 7 chakras. It is enhancing the process of meditation. It is helping you be in that moment without your mind wavering off too much. You're able to experience a more intense meditation, and then when you come out of it, you're feeling a lot more lighter, more confident, calmer.
Right. I want to now do a very fun exercise.
Okay, sure.
Because whenever I've walked into your store in Bangalore, I've come to you always and I've been like, Viral, I want to work on this area of my life. Which crystal do you think works best with that? And I'm going to, it's almost like a game, and I'm doing that for our audience because I'm sure they want to know about these areas of their life.
Okay.
If I want to work on removing stress and negativity from my life, which crystal do you think works best?
I think you should use amethyst in conjunction with a black tourmaline.
Okay.
Amethyst being a third eye chakra crystal, it amplifies the energies and balances the third eye chakra, which translates to removing overthinking, bringing a sense of clarity and focus, and a calm, composed attitude to go about your day-to-day life.
Okay.
And if you're feeling a lot of negative energy around you, you could use a black tourmaline. You could as simply as carry a little piece of black tourmaline in your pocket or wear a bracelet.
Right,
and
like I'm wearing a black tourmaline bracelet.
Yes, exactly
right
that.
now. Okay.
Yeah, and that will ward off any low or negative vibes. Yes.
Talking about bracelets, I'm wearing an amethyst bracelet and I'm wearing a black tourmaline bracelet. And I remember you telling me that the black tourmaline should be worn on your
the right hand.
Right hand, and any colored crystals
on the left hand.
Now see, this is something that people don't know. They wear the same crystals on all hands.
Yes.
So the black tourmaline always comes on the right and any colored crystals come on the left.
Yes.
And is there something about women wear it on the same hand, different hand, or it's the same thing?
It's the same for men and women. The idea being that left is the receiving side of the body, and all non-black colored crystals are energy receiving crystals. So therefore you wear them on the left hand. Right is the releasing side of the body, and black crystals are used to release or ward off negative energy, and therefore they are worn on the right hand.
Right, okay.
That being said, if you wear a watch, it can sometimes be difficult to wear crystal bracelets on your left hand and have the watch together. So it's not a rule set in stone, but it's a recommendation. Okay. In that case, you might wear everything on your right hand.
Coming back to the game, if I want more calm and peace in my life, which crystal should I work with?
You should use scolecite or a howlite. These two are very high energy crystals that work from your crown chakra, that bring the divine cosmic energies to you, where you feel more connected with everything around you. That way you feel a sense of calm taking over you.
The one question that everybody wants to know, one crystal for making my relationships better.
All pink crystals help to strengthen our relationships with everybody around us, or even our personal relationships. Rose quartz is the go-to crystal. It's easily available at any and every crystal store. but you could try exploring the energies of a kunzite or a rhodochrosite.
So they say money and honey.
Yeah.
We've spoken about honey.
Honey, yes.
Let's talk about money.
Money,
Which
yes.
crystal works best for financial abundance?
For financial abundance, you should work with a good quality citrine. Citrine is abundance in all forms.
Right.
Citrine is known to boost career chances, your growth in the company, removing blocks to financial abundance, and that entire segment of things of which initiate growth and abundance. That being said, everybody wants financial abundance, and citrine is the go-to crystal for it. And that is the reason that now we have run out of citrine. Everybody is making citrine or treating other crystals that imitate to look like citrine. So it is very important that you find a natural citrine.
So when you say we've run out of citrine, that
Yes.
means it's not found in the earth anymore?
Very, very, very little is mined naturally. I think yes, we have pretty much run out of natural citrine. That is the reason for people indulging in treatments to create citrine or citrine lookalikes. A piece of natural citrine along with a pyrite and a yellow calcite, and you can add a tiger's eye to the mix. This combo will work best to attract financial abundance and remove any financial blocks that may be on your way.
I always ask you about crystals that help me grow spiritually.
Yes.
Which are the crystals that you would suggest for that?
You could use Tibetan tektite or a scolasite or even a phenakite. These crystals are said to connect you to the cosmic consciousness, who you really are, where you come from. So if you want to grow spiritually, you could work with a good quality scolasite or a phenakite or a Tibetan tektite.
In India, there's this, we all have this concept of nazar.
Yes.
And protection from the
Yes.
evil eye.
Yes.
And things like that.
Yes.
So what is the crystal that you would recommend?
For the evil eye, I think the go-to crystal would be a black tourmaline combined with a black obsidian. Now we've made a power combo in a bracelet where we have black tourmaline and black obsidian put into the same bracelet so that you don't have to use two separate crystals.
Okay.
You could place 2 small chunks of black tourmaline and obsidian on your desk. You could also use hematite along with this mix and a tiger's eye.
Okay.
So this would be the ultimate nazar combo.
Finally, most people want to work on their confidence. Like, how do they show up in the world? If I want to use a crystal to enhance my confidence, what crystal would that be?
A carnelian is a superb crystal to improve your confidence. Tiger's eye would be another alternate. Citrine is also a crystal of the sun. Tiger's eye and citrine, these two crystals exude confidence. So you could incorporate a carnelian, tiger's eye and a citrine together.
How soon can I see changes in my life, or these areas of my life specifically, once I bring a crystal home and place it next to me, or I wear a bracelet?
Yeah. You can see results and changes in as quickly as a few days to a week.
Right.
If you cleanse them thoroughly, if you place your intentions correctly, if you meditate with crystals, which are not too difficult things. There are simple methods which can be accommodated into our busy lifestyle.
Right.
And I think, say, 3 to 4 odd days before you see the first results.
So since you mentioned incorporating crystals in our day-to-day life,
Yes.
can you give us some pointers? Can you give our audience any pointers about what can they do, how can they incorporate crystals in their day-to-day lives to enhance their results or enhance their properties?
I think we can start by picking very simply a few crystal tumbles or bracelets or pendants or any form of jewelry that is just simply easily put on. People also do put in the effort to carry larger crystals like this and to their office or where they spend most of their time. you could permanently place these crystals in and around your house. Pick them up during your day. Put your hand into your pocket. Just let them see that they are there. Work with them.
You have
Things like
crystals
that.
in your pocket?
Yes, I carry a few basic crystals. So it's as simple as just carrying it around in your pocket.
Right.
And when you get home, you come back and you place it on a selenite plate overnight
Right.
for cleansing and recharging.
What is a selenite plate?
Selenite is a beautiful white cleansing and charging crystal. The purpose of selenite is to cleanse and charge your other crystals, and it itself doesn't need cleansing or charging.
Okay.
It comes in small square plates or as tumbled stones as well, which you could place on your table, and then you place your crystals on the selenite to recharge them and cleanse them.
And they're easily available?
Yeah, they're easily available.
Okay.
We need to make space inside us to receive the crystal's energies, and a very effective way to do that is finding a little time in the morning to go walk barefoot on fresh green grass with dewdrops on it.
Right.
When you do that, what really happens is any stagnant energies between your chakras or in your body, they are absorbed down into the earth.
Right.
That is precisely, I think, even the concept of earthing in electronics, to remove the excess or unrequired.
Right.
So when that is gone and you're holding your crystals and walking on the grass, it's a lovely feeling, by the way, and you're also able to create space and welcome these new energies into your life.
Right.
So if you can manage and find the time, absolutely nothing like it.
You did mention cleansing your crystals, and I know that cleansing crystals, the rituals
Yes.
that sometimes people recommend can be
Yes.
really daunting.
Yes.
What is the easiest way to cleanse your crystals?
I think the simplest and the most effective way to cleanse your crystals is you simply fill a bowl with water, add a little salt. It can be literally any salt, cooking salt, rock salt, pink salt, any salt. And then you leave your crystals dipped in that for about 5 minutes. Thereafter, you remove those crystals and then you wash them under running water, preferably at the kitchen sink and not the washrooms.
Right.
And then you just dab them with a soft cloth, let the water leave it, and then you put them out on the windowsill for them to catch a little bit of sunlight. Even if the sunlight is indirect, it still works perfectly. You don't have to go hunting for perfect dark rich sunlight.
Okay.
So this is the simplest method, and I think you can finish this in 10-15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
I also know whenever there's the full moon,
Yes.
people keep their crystals out to charge.
Yes.
What is your take on the full moon?
A sun is a more aggressive energy force, I would say, a male version of energies, and the moon represents the softer feminine lunar energies. So, and we all need both sides to us, and so do our crystal energies as well, to balance them to the most optimum level. So that is a very important activity that you could undertake, but don't stress if you miss the full moon.
Right.
You can put it out on any other night.
You know, I've also heard people tell me that you shouldn't keep your crystals out on if there's a full moon and eclipse on the same day.
Okay.
Is there a specific reason, according to you, why you don't keep your crystals out on those days?
Eclipse is precisely, I think, one celestial body coming in the way of or the path of another, and the sun's energy falling on the first body, and then the remainder of the energy falling on the second body. In
Right.
this case, it can be the moon and the earth.
Right.
So what you're receiving is not the full spectrum of energies. The energies that have passed through the atmosphere of the first celestial body have been filtered, and you're receiving just a partial bit. So you don't know if they are chaotic, erratic, or incomplete.
Right.
That's why we recommend not to put them out on an eclipse night.
We've spoken about crystals so much.
Yeah.
I'm sure the question that most of our viewers have right now
Yes.
are, how expensive are these crystals? Yes, they are great, they work
Yes.
on you, they have a lot of benefits,
Yes.
but are they very expensive?
Crystals are not very expensive. I think semi-precious stones and crystals are abundantly found in nature. There's no shortage of them other than a few cases like a citrine. If you want 10 truckloads of amethyst to you delivered now, it is available. So they are not rare, but good quality ones can be less in quantity.
Right.
That being said, still the prices are very affordable. They are not very expensive.
Right.
I think in our store we don't have any crystal bracelet that is above $1,000.
Okay.
Even in larger 10 mm to 12 mm sizes.
Right.
So if anybody is selling a crystal at a higher price, it can be to do with associated costs of selling it.
Right.
Yeah.
So just for our viewers, if I want to buy a simple black tourmaline bracelet,
Yes.
I know there's a range of it.
Yes.
What would be the starting range for a simple black tourmaline bracelet?
In good quality, I think you can get a good black tourmaline bracelet between $400 to $600.
Oh, that's very affordable.
Yes.
Talking about affordability,
Yes.
there's this huge chunk of crystal sitting right next to you.
Yes.
And like I told you, I love amethysts
Yes.
and my eyes are on it constantly. How much would a chunk like this cost? I'm not asking for a definite price, if you can just give me a price range.
Bhaav, there's a very beautiful amethyst with some golden needles inside it. Those golden needles inside that called golden goethite, which is a characteristic of amethyst found only in Brazil.
Okay.
A cluster of this size of 10 kgs odd and in this clarity can touch upwards of 70,000-80,000.
Wow.
Yeah. On the other hand, it is important that it is said that, see, while this is a cluster of amethyst by itself, the rear of this is also amethyst as it was found. What we see on the market these days is huge caves of amethyst, massive caves of amethyst. But if you look at them very carefully, they are plastered with black cement at the back and at the base. Just to have that huge piece stand upright and straight, we have at least 10 kilos of black cement pasted to the floor. And then they market it as a 50 kilo amethyst cluster that we are giving you. But if you actually go to the depths of it, more than half the weight is just the cement that you're paying for, and not the value of amethyst.
Wow.
And also sometimes those tall, large pieces tend to be a lot of amethyst clusters of similar color and quality, very skillfully plastered together to make it look like one tall cave.
So since we are talking about this,
Yes.
Viral, I know that it's very easy to get duped.
Yes.
There are a lot of people
Yes.
selling crystals that are treated.
Yes.
And I want to touch upon that.
Yes.
What is your take on fake crystals, firstly?
Yeah.
How does somebody know that their crystal is genuine or fake?
Okay.
So that they are not ripped off.
Yes.
And they're not paying for 10 kilos of cement when they
Yes.
think they're paying for
Yes.
genuine amethyst.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, please.
But these are 2-3 things that need to be addressed over here. First is crystal treatments. When a crystal is too colorful and very saturated in color throughout, like we have this citrine over here, which is so saturated in color all around. So this is basically, to start with, not even a citrine. This is clearly a piece of a random clear quartz rock which has been pasted with yellow all throughout.
Okay.
So when you see something that is so bright and glowing, you know that this is not a true crystal in the first place.
Yeah, it does look very, very saturated.
Very saturated. And this is another piece of amethyst that I thought will be a useful piece to show to our audience about how the color is just plastered all over. It is not a real piece of amethyst at all. And the scary part is, we thought initially that crystals could only be treated and enhanced in color, but now what we are seeing is entirely different crystals being projected as some other crystals.
So this is not really an amethyst?
It is not at all an amethyst. It's a clear quartz that has been sprayed with purple color on top, and the attempt is to pass it off as amethyst.
You know, now that you're saying it, it makes sense because it's almost like it's opaque.
Yes.
Like the color has just taken over the
Yes.
surface.
Crystal treatments weren't this complex previously. Previously, they were just trying to make an existing crystal look a little better. And when you see saturation of color in a crystal at certain points, you know it is treated, because natural crystals tend to vary in color and saturation. They don't have a very uniform tone to it, which treated or fake crystals do.
Right.
Talking about fake crystals, the issue that we are facing today is fake crystals being passed off as natural crystals with a certificate from a gemological lab that calls a fake crystal natural.
So it's a true certificate for a fake crystal.
Yes. Certificates accompanying with crystals today have little or no value at all, because we have seen numerous instances where fake crystals are passed off as natural origin and natural crystals on certificates.
Right.
So the entire meaning of the certification or the certificate itself has been lost.
Right.
There are very few labs of absolute reputation, and their names would be GIA and IGI.
Okay.
But another problem that arises in requesting a certificate from these laboratories for a piece of amethyst like this is, this amethyst might cost us 2,000 odd bucks.
Right.
But to get a certificate from GIA or IGI will set you back by 10,000 odd from these reputed labs. So then it's not a feasible solution to get a certificate from a lab like GIA or IGI. Then the only option that a consumer is left with is to buy crystals from a person of trust and repute. And if you are not able to find a person of trust and repute initially, and you buy a crystal just like that, you have a certificate along with it which calls it natural, you have a doubt thinking that the crystal might not be natural. The easiest thing you can do is take a HD video and a photo of this crystal and upload it under the identification tab of this website called mindat.org.
Sorry,
It's
can you say that?
mineraldata.org. The short for that is mindat.org. So when you upload a crystal or a rock under the identification tab over there, you have mineral enthusiasts and scientists from all over the world who specialize in this field answering and commenting on the photo or video that you have uploaded there. So you might get on their nerves because they are not looking to answer questions on random crystals. They are there to answer questions on more rare mineral specimens that one may find and be unsure of what it is. But sadly, I think that is the only option that you're left with right now.
I'm sure that after watching this episode,
Yes.
people know who is a trusted person to go for to buy their crystals. So they may not be duped really.
Yes. If you don't have access, then try this. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
They have access to you right
Thank
now.
you.
So there's this question in my mind that has been waiting to be asked for a very long time.
Yeah.
You put your hand in your pocket and removed some tumbles of crystals.
Yes.
I really want to know what all crystals are lying in your pocket.
Okay, sure. So what we have here is a couple of crystals. So what we have here is firstly a crystal that is scolecite. A scolecite is a crystal that connects from your crown chakra upwards to your higher self. That is the purpose of a scolecite. Then we have a tiger's eye, which resonates with the root chakra and the solar plexus chakra in terms of confidence, abundance, feeling grounded and stable and secure. So, and then we have two pieces of citrine because everybody is looking for a little more money, I think, these days.
Right.
And then we have a amethyst which resonates with your third eye chakra. There's a beautifully saturated amethyst with a few orange specks inside it, which are of lepidocrosite.
Right.
This variety of amethyst is older than the regular variety of amethyst and is called celestial amethyst. And these are a little more difficult to come by.
Right.
Then we have a lovely black obsidian rock, which is used for your root chakra grounding and stability and connected to earth.
Right.
And last is a seashell. My mum wanted me to carry it for good luck. So that's all it is. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, my bedside seems like this crystal store on its own, because I have so many crystals that I bought from you, kept next to my bedside. And I've always wondered, how do I know which crystal is really working, or if one crystal is cancelling the other one out? And I have found the right opportunity to ask you that question today.
It's a lovely question, Bhaav, and a difficult one as well for that matter. It is us humans that have these big egos between each other. These are divine celestial beings which perfectly gel with each other.
Right.
They have no issues with each other and they complement each other. I don't believe there can be crystals that cancel out each other's effects or create a negative atmosphere, because two crystals that are not supposed to be kept together are together.
I don't think everybody realizes,
Yes.
but crystals are used, we use them on a day-to-day basis without realizing it. Like I know that, these LCD TVs that we use,
Yes.
LCD monitors, the full form of LCD is liquid crystal display.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
we are actually using these crystals to display images.
Yes.
So what is your take on crystals as technology, or crystals that are all around us and on a daily basis?
Crystals are very intelligent energy beings that have formed at least, if not a few million years old, or probably older. They have survived the weathering process all these years, and to this day you find them in their intact, beautiful shapes. They have a lot to offer, really, especially when you talk about clear quartz. Fine slices of clear quartz are used in high-end electronic equipment to offer a certain frequency or a certain vibration to have those equipments running effortlessly.
Right.
And to constantly perform in a particular way.
Right.
And I think in the case of even LCD screens, there are so many crystals that are spread around the screen, and we are able to influence every single crystal on the display to behave in a particular way and throw up a certain color or image.
Right.
There's no end to it. You can program it in any way to throw up any image.
Wow.
That is their potential of programmability.
Wow. So are there any other crystals or crystals that you know of that are used in our day-to-day lives in technology?
Silicon dioxide is the base component of clear quartz.
Okay.
And silicon dioxide quartz crystals are used in day-to-day technology in terms of especially radio frequency instruments or watches or timing instruments which need to constantly work in a certain fashion without losing or gaining time.
Right.
So they are that accurate, and they are that accurate because we are able to harness the power of these crystals in them.
Now that you mention, I've read that silicon is also used in computer chips.
Yes.
And so that means that the data that we are saving on computer chips
Yes.
is actually also using components of crystals
Yes.
so most of our technology today that we are using or working on
Yes.
are based on crystals, and we
Yes.
don't even realize it.
The message being that these crystals are of tremendous energy and potential, and they can work to your benefit if you program them and let them know how to work for you.
That brings me to the question, can crystals be harmful?
Crystals cannot be harmful. Crystals, in their worst case scenario, if you don't cleanse them, if you don't energize them, they end up going down to zero energy, and they can be left as beautiful pieces of decor. But they can't drop below that into negative energy. Their worst case scenario with crystals is they do nothing. But that might not be the case with gemstones. Gemstones are more powerful and more intense pieces of earth that need a thorough recommendation from a qualified person to use them.
Right. Now you brought up a question that
Yes,
I
sir.
have been wanting to ask you,
Okay.
because your dad was into gemstones.
Yes.
And and every time you go to an astrologer, they will look at your chart and they'll say that this is the gemstone that you should wear,
Yes.
panna pehen lo, ya moonstone pehen lo, something they'll tell you.
Yeah.
What is your take on gemstones? This might put you head to head with your father, but I'm anyways asking you this question.
It's an interesting question, Bhaav. So the thing about gemstones is they can be very powerful and very helpful. They can bring about a transformation. But the point is, when somebody goes to an astrologer and says, the area of my life that I want to change is that I want to have financial abundance, and the astrologer tells him, you wear a 5-carat yellow sapphire. a 5-carat yellow sapphire in decent to good quality will set him back by 1.5 lakh,
Right.
including the ring. So I am saying that just is not a practical solution these days.
Right.
If I had 1.5 lakh lying around, I might consider myself financially abundant. So you're actually asking me to go deeper into my pockets to arrive at financial abundance, which simply doesn't make sense to me. So the alternative solution to that is to use these beautiful affordable crystals which can bring you the same results.
Right. This is interesting. I'm going to come with my laptop to show this episode to your father, and then I'll sit by the wayside seeing Matsya versus Matsya. I don't know how your father is going to react to this.
I will let him know that this was it.
No, but this is fun. I'm sure what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and he'll agree with it as well.
he will agree with it as well. Yes.
You know, now we've spoken about crystals for personal benefits.
Yes.
I also know people use crystals to enhance the properties or energies of a space.
Yes.
And maybe keep it in a certain specific direction or things like that.
Yes.
What is your take on that?
Bhaav, that's true. Till now, I think we have discussed about crystals which we carry in our pockets or which we carry for personal use. But larger pieces of amethyst like this can be placed in your office or at your home. You can have a nice chunk of black tourmaline or tiger's eye placed at your entrance to ward off any negative or evil energies. You can have a pyrite placed along with a citrine and tiger's eye again centrally at home to attract abundance into the space. Or you may want to use a crystal of a different shape, maybe a pyramid of yellow aventurine, because pyramids focus and concentrate energies better. So of course you can use crystals to amplify the energies of a space as well.
Right. Having discussed all of this about crystals, to what final end do crystals serve you and your journey?
Bhav, to what end do we use crystals? We use crystals finally to come closer to home, where comfort and ease exists, to raise your consciousness to a higher level where you are happiness, not have happiness. So I think we use crystals to that extent where we reach the level of consciousness and understanding of that we are one with everything around us, and our nature is bliss and peace.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Viral, for saying these things so simply and beautifully. And I want to thank you for your knowledge, and I want to thank you for agreeing to come and sit on this chair and sharing your knowledge with our audience. Thank you so much for doing this with us, and you will always be part of the Soul Safar with Bhaav family, and it's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you today.
It's a lovely experience, Bhaav, over here today. Thank you for having me here, and I wish you tremendous abundance and success on your show Soul Safar with Bhaav.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Viral. Thank you.
Thank you.
If this episode left you curious and you want to invite love, prosperity, and abundance in your lives, you can do so by using the promo code in the description below. We will be back in 2 weeks with yet another episode of Soul Safar with Bhaav. Now healing has a face.